Hello everyone, I'm Kevin, as most of you already know. Welcome to your brand new TM Active Cardiac Rehab exercise at home. During these difficult times and without knowing when we will be able to resume our sessions at the Angel Centre, I thought it would be a good idea to provide you with a routine that I have specifically adapted for use at home. As we all know, the longer the gap between regular exercise sessions, the harder it can be to start up again. So by doing this routine, you can maintain your basic level of fitness during this lockdown period. The session is specifically for those who frequently attend our weekly classes. However, it is possible it may be suitable for other people who are looking for a gentle to moderate exercise routine. Okay, let's start by checking and preparing what you need. First, appropriate space. I'm in my living room. I've got about 2 meters around me, which is 6 foot just over in old money. Check the height of the ceiling, make sure there's no glass chandeliers that you may hit. The surface should be flat, ideally solid. However, carpet should be okay. Just make sure there's no rugs, mats that may act as a trip hazard. With your clothing, wear what you normally wear. However, being in your living room, house, whatever, it could be a little bit warmer than the exercise studio that we normally work out in. Footwear, again, as normal. Don't use bare feet or socks. Clearly, the routine can be done at any time. However, just make sure it's not directly after a large meal, but do make sure that you have eaten maybe a couple of hours in advance. As always, if you're feeling unwell, don't exercise. Make sure you have water. Most of you bring water with you anyway, and that obviously still applies when you're exercising at home. Okay, let's start by preparing and getting ready for the session. Firstly, equipment. You need dumbbells if you have them. I've just got some nice 1 kilo dumbbells. However, if you haven't got those, compromise and use tins, cans. Yeah, I've got some standard size here. You can get slightly heavier ones, which are still fine, to be honest. Most of you will be able to cope with that, I'm pretty sure. You need a chair. We do sit to stand exercises, but you will need a chair also. The routine will last around about 30 minutes. The basic format is it's the warm-up routine to begin with, just the one circuit of 10 exercises, 1 minute each, with a little gap in between each one as usual, and then a little warm down. The idea is maybe you can do the session 2 to 3 times a week if you can. However, you can adapt it to what you feel suitable with. You can also do the circuit twice, which will obviously increase the length of time to around about 45 to 50 minutes, which is a little bit nearer the time that we usually have at the regular sessions at the Angel Centre. Okay, right. I think I've covered everything, apart from just one little tip about the British Heart Foundation. With these difficult times at the moment, you might need some help and advice regarding your background in terms of your cardiac conditions and so on, and medication. They've got an excellent website. If you go onto that, it's updated relating to all the current situation with everything, and it may be useful just to check that out if you have any concerns. Obviously, your GP is always another contact, but at this particular time, they've obviously got a lot of work to do. So it could be using the British Heart Foundation website could be useful for you. Also, any other information online if you have access to the internet and so on. Okay, I think I've covered everything. So what we're going to do now is get ready for the session, and we'll start in a moment or two. Okay, we're ready to go. So what we're going to do, as I said, is our little warm-up routine. So just for the moment, let's just start nice and easy, just by marching very gentle on the spot, just like we do at the session, although as you all know we tend to walk around in a circle, or with the Tuesday sessions, Tuesday group, you warm up on the bikes, that being the sort of cardio cycle class. Okay, well, just need to mention, if possible, there's no reason why you can't do the session outdoors. If you've got appropriate space and so on the patio, or maybe the lawn, if the weather's good, it may actually be better, and of course it will provide some great entertainment for your neighbours. So, we're just going to continue. We need to make sure our warm-up is a good sort of, you know, almost 10-minute routine. So doing all the usual things that you know what to do. So really this is just going to be a little bit of a reminder as to what we do in the sessions. I know one session varies slightly from another session, but generally the format is very, very similar as to what we do. So we're just going to continue a little bit more marching as we do. The other advantage of doing the exercise at home is that you can choose your own music. So you haven't got to put up with my music, my personal choice, my singing sometimes. So you can put your own music on if you wish. It does help, I think, to make the session a little bit more relaxing. Okay, right, we've been marching for a minute or so now, so let's just gradually step up the pace. Yeah, a little bit of a higher leg raise, so we're doing a little bit of a sort of quicker, higher action leg raise. As always, work to your own pace. Yeah, don't, just because this is a video or whatever, don't try and keep pace with me what I'm doing. As you well know, we have a mixed group of abilities, and the message is always you do what you feel comfortable with, you work to your own pace. I'm sure all of you know what that pace is, so it's just the same even though you're doing these routines at home and so on. So a little bit longer with this. Get the arms swinging a little bit maybe. And maybe I can give you a few more tips and just reminders about the exercises that we do. Never really mention posture. We tend to focus on what we're doing a lot, but you know, think about posture, shoulders back, squeeze that tummy button in a little bit round here, sort of things that I don't generally mention, but just to maybe give you a little bit of extra input for these sessions, a little bit more information than you normally have. Okay, right, so what we're going to do now is our first little gentle exercise. Most of you should be familiar with this. Foot tapping, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Do about half a dozen. Change legs, yeah? Okay, a few more of these. Good. Okay, back to marching. Right, our next one then will be just single heel tap with the arm curls, yeah? So just keeping the elbows tucked into the side of your waist, curling the hands, arms up, so the hands move up towards your shoulders. Okay, let's keep going, a few more of these. Good, and again back to marching. Right, we'll just do a few calf raises in the warm-up. If any of you need to sort of hold on to anything, ideally I've got the sort of mantelpiece here to hold on to, something obviously that is solid and you can just hold on to. So just to remind you, calf raise, just a few of these, just to get the circulation in the calf muscles. Okay, a couple more. Good, okay, and back to marching. Right, what we're going to do is the 4 exercises in terms of the leg raise, leg curl, spotty dog, jacks, but I'm just going to change things slightly. We're going to do leg raise, leg curl, then we'll do upper body stretching, and then we'll finish off with the spotty dog and the jacks to complete the warm-up routine. So, let's go with leg raise, aiming to do approximately 50 in total. That's what we normally do. Normally range in between 50, sometimes 60, depending on how I feel. But it's normally around about that number. It will vary depending on obviously individuals, but that's what is the average. So I think I've done about 20 now, so still a few to go. Okay, another 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And again, just that interval marching. Right, as I said, next one will be leg curls. Now I've just about got enough space to keep front onto you. But I'm just going to turn around just to remind you what the leg curl is all about. I'm sure you know anyway. Just a little bit of a kick back with one leg as you step onto the other one. Exactly the same, round about 50, so I'm sort of roughly counting in my head. I reckon that's about 20-ish, excuse me. So a sip of water. Okay, 10 more. Good. Okay, let's go marching again. Right, as I said, a little bit sort of different from our usual routine. I think we'll do the stretches now, just the upper body stretches. We shan't bother with any leg stretches in the warm-up. And as we tend to do, just keep marching on the spot while we do the upper body work. And our first one, chest stretch, hands behind, pull those shoulder blades together. And as I tell you every time, don't hold your breath when you stretch. Breathe in through your nostrils, out through your mouth. Good. Okay, relax. And the back stretch. When we're doing the stretching, it should be around about 15 seconds each stretch. So I'm sort of trying to count at the same time, but I think I've got a rough idea as to what 15 seconds is by now. Okay, and relax. Right, next one is stretching the back of the arms. always go with my right arm first, but I know some of you prefer the left arm first. Doesn't really matter. Good. Change arms. And relax. Right, I'm going to include shoulder rotations. Some of you might not be familiar with this, it may have been sometimes you did this, but hopefully you can see what the idea is, just using the arms to rotate the shoulders. And with this one, I normally do about 10 one direction and 10 the other, so I reckon that's about 10. So let's rotate in the opposite direction. Still keeping those legs moving, as you can see. Good. And we'll do hip rotation. So obviously now we can't march on the spot, but it's only for a short period. Just gentle rotations with the hips, exactly the same as the shoulder rotations. We do 10 in each direction. Change direction. Right, okay, back to marching. And as I said, we're just going to finish off the warm-up with Spotty Dog and Jacks. So, as usual, we do Spotty Dog first. Same idea. These are probably a little bit more dynamic than the other two that we do, so certainly doing a minimum of 40, maybe near the 50 mark. I reckon we're about halfway by now. And again, as always, if you're feeling a little bit out of puff, just take it nice and easy. Position, you all know your levels and so on, what you should and shouldn't be doing. Working to those levels exactly the same. Okay, a few more of these. Good, back to marching. As I said, we're going to finish off with Jacks, and while we're doing that, I'll just outline the circuit. Nothing really different in terms of the circuit for sort of formation, but obviously adapted to doing it in your living room or wherever. So let's get Jacks going. Right, so just to outline, 10 exercises, 1 minute each, and trying to keep a little gap in between of about 30 seconds. We're not going to be moving too far anyway, for obvious reasons. And as you'll see, I've had to adapt the session to doing it sort of at home. So, of course, we can't use all the other equipment that we normally can use. So it is a little bit limited, but as I said earlier, I think it's vitally important that we try and do some exercise during this period to at least keep some sort of basic level of fitness. Okay, right, I think that will do for the warm-up. So what we're going to do now is start the circuit. So let's get my watch ready, and we're going to start off with arm curls. So as I said earlier, cans, dumbbells if you got them, but just to make it really a home exercise routine, I'll use some nice soup and lottie beans. Lovely. Okay, so exactly the same, 1 minute. I'm going to start the watch and start and stop just as we normally do. So, okay, let's get going. 1 minute of arm curls. Now just to vary, I'm doing sort of this version of it, one arm then the other, and as you can see, just to keep us moving a little bit more than we do. These cans are quite light, so it shouldn't be a problem. You can obviously do it this way where you're working both arms at the same time. Not a lot of difference, to be honest. The main coaching point in this exercise is just keeping those elbows tucked into your waist. So really it's just the forearms, the biceps doing all the exercise. Okay, let's keep going. I'm just going to keep checking my watch. About 10 seconds left. Okay, nearly there. Keep going, keep going. And stop. Good, so that's number one. Second exercise is sit to stand. So, needless to say, we need a chair. Right, I know you know what to do. If anyone finds this hard, I know it's a few who may not always do this exercise, maybe just marching on the spot, doing a leg raise, doing something, or just doing a few of these will be really, really good. So, okay, let's go. 1 minute, number 2, sit to stand. Move back slightly, make sure I'm staying in focus. And what I've done with the routine is deliberately made it so we do one of the harder exercises, such as the sit to stand we're doing now, followed by one of the sort of what we actually describe as recovery exercises, where you're still exercising but nowhere near as demanding as things like sit to stand, leg raise, jacks and so on. Couple more and we're there. Good. Back to marching. Right, so we can move the chair out of the way. Our next one is a trunk twist. Now sometimes we use one of the balls in the gym. Haven't got one of those, so you can do this, just using the weights, or just fold your arms like so without the weights in there. But the main function of this exercise is rotation of the trunk, working these muscles down here. So I'm just going to show you this sort of, probably the easier way. Arms folded, shoulder height, third one, trunk twist, off we go. Okay, making sure we're keeping the arms up. What we avoid with this exercise is arms down the side, because that then doesn't make it really a proper trunk twist. We're aiming to work these oblique muscles down the side of our waist with this action. So keeping the arms in this position or holding something sort of ensures that you do that. And the other thing is just gently rotate your head in the direction that you're turning, twisting in, yeah? Okay, 10 seconds left. Right, okay. Our next one, spotty dog. As I said, there is going to be a lot of repetition in this session because obviously we can't really avoid that. But for the sake of things, I think it's really, really worth it. So just make sure we're getting that full 30 seconds gap in between each exercise. And we all know what spotty dogs are. So, okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go with spotty dog. Trying to get the arms up level with the shoulders. This is a sort of textbook, if you like, sort of version of it. I know, again, people do their own little versions of these exercises, and that's absolutely fine. Okay, 15 seconds left. Good, okay, right, just marching a little bit. And our next one, calf raise. Now we haven't got a step to use, of course, so we just have to do the calf raises in an upright position. And again, as we did in the warm-up, you might just need to hold on to something just to keep you nice and upright. So standard technique with this one, just feet together and then push up onto your toes. So 1 minute calf raises, ready, steady, go. Okay, just gone halfway. Now let's keep going if you can. Couple more. And stop. Okay, we're halfway. If you haven't already done so, could be a good time to have a sip of water. As I said, I'm only doing one circuit, but you can, if you feel like it, do the circuit twice. Make sure you have a little bit of a gap in between the first circuit and the second circuit, just like we normally do. Or you can adapt it, you know, it doesn't have to be 10, you can do another 5 and so on, but still make sure you do the warm up, the warm down, just, it's the middle part, you can adapt maybe a little bit if you feel you can do. All the exercises that we're doing are nothing new. Okay. What we got next, we have jacks. Okay, so number 6, ready, steady, go. Good. Okay. Most of you I know just do jacks without any sort of extra workload. However, some of you may just want to use the tins or dumbbells if you've got them, just to give that little bit of extra work on the shoulders. Does make a big difference actually, even though these tins are reasonably light. Doing 40 or whatever, 50 of those in a minute can be quite demanding, so be aware of that. As I said, I'm just trying to cover, you know, all of you in terms of what you do, little variations and so on. Right, okay, that brings us nicely at a stop for number 6. So we are going to do what I call a lateral raise, side raise. So it is, this one it is using the dumbbells, but this is more just of a conditioning exercise, just out to the side a little bit like that, yeah? As you can see, keep the feet moving. So let's go, number 7, ready, steady, go. And again, adapt it, yeah? If using the cans is a little bit too much like sort of hard work in terms of getting you working too much, please be sensible, as I know you are most of the time. Put the cans down and just do that, yeah? Nice and slow. It's just a recovery exercise that we're doing, yeah? Okay, how are we doing? 15 seconds left. Alternatively, with this exercise, if you feel that's too much on the shoulders, you can do the front raise, yeah? So I've stopped the exercise now, but that front raise, again, just as an alternative, I don't think many of you do this, but it's just doing that instead of that, yeah? And again, you don't have to use the dumbbells, just doing that exercise, raising the arms out in front is absolutely fine. Okay, next is number 8, and we're going on to leg curls. So I'm going to stand sideways, but I think I've got enough room actually, so I will stand front on. Leg curls, number 8, ready, steady, go. Okay, 10 seconds left. Good, and stop. Okay, next exercise is the chest press. Now, most of the time we do this with the, the exercise bands or sometimes the bar, but we can adapt things using the tins again, okay, and we can do it either standing up or possibly sitting down. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, the chest press, bringing the cans in towards your chest, extending forward. So what we're going to do now, 1 minute of that. I will show you the sort of seated version also, but let's get the time going. Okay, on your marks, get set, go. Keeping the tins high, bending the arms so the elbows pointing out, and as you can see, just keeping the feet moving a little bit. Okay, keep going. I'm just going to show you the seated version. We do need the chair for the next exercise anyway. So what you can do, as some of you do anyway, using the exercise band. There, yeah? You can keep those feet moving again, just pulling in the tins towards your chest. Okay, keep going a little bit longer. And stop. Okay, good. Right, final exercise. As I said, we need the chair, and this is a little bit different from possibly what we've done in the sessions. We use the steps a lot. Can't really use a step here, so we're going to use the chair. It's a little bit different. You may need to adapt each exercise, the exercise to what you can do. What I'm suggesting is a sort of a chair step, which is this. It's almost like a leg raise, to be perfectly honest. But you can maybe just take the pace down, try and get the foot on the chair as much as you can. Just going to take this cushion off, like so. Or you can do the leg, just do the leg raise. Use the sort of back of the chair to hold on to, just to prevent any problems. Okay, so let's give it a go. This is our final exercise, we can then start the warm down. So 1 minute chair step. If you do have a step, anything you can adapt that is safe, doing a step up, please do so. It is possible to use the step, bottom step on your sort of stairs, sort of going upstairs if you want, if it's safe, if you've got enough room, just using the step at the bottom, as I say, of the stairs. Bearing in mind that can be a little bit higher than our normal step. Obviously this is a little bit higher. As an alternative, you can just do something like that maybe. So I've got a little bit of a rung on the chair there, just again adapting. I think sometimes you can sort of adapt an exercise to your own requirements. Okay, well that minute is completed, so stop there. And the circuit is completed. That was number 10. Obviously I'm moving the chair out of the way because now we need to start cooling down. Just like we do in the sessions, we spend a minute and a half or so just either walking round or just cooling down nice and easy. So let's just spend 1 minute cooling down, just marching on the spot, swinging the arms a little bit. If your breathing's been elevated, just allow for that to get back down to the normal level. Then we're just going to go through all the normal stretches that we do in a warm down, and that'll be the end. As I said earlier, if you do want to do the circuit twice, obviously we're at the halfway stage now, you wouldn't do the warm down, you would have a little bit of a break maybe, yeah, definitely have a drink of water of course, a little bit of a break. I know we haven't got the half-time entertainment that we usually have in our sessions, a little bit of chat and so on, but obviously, you know, we're never going to get that until we get back into the Angel Centres to do our regular sessions. Okay, just nice and easy now. Right, okay. I think we can start doing the stretches, and as usual we start with the chest stretch. So same as before, arms behind, don't hold your breath, nice and relaxed with the breathing, in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Okay, relax, back stretch, same again, same sort of time span, 15 seconds. and relax. Stretching the back of the arms. Change arms. And relax. Okay, we'll do hip rotations as always. 10 circles one way. Okay, change direction. Good, okay, and we move on and finish with the leg stretches. As always, it's the hamstring stretch we do first. Front leg is straight, back leg is bent. Okay, change legs. And relax. And the next one, calf stretch. If you need to hold on to something again, like we do sometimes, just in my case using the mantelpiece. Change legs. And relax. One more to do as usual, the thigh stretch. Now, as you've got the chair nice and handy, I think it would be a good idea to use the chair to hold on to, so hopefully you can still see what I'm doing, and I think you know what to do anyway. Thigh stretch, grabbing your heel, trouser leg, foot, just so you can bend that thigh back, or bend the knee back rather, stretching the thigh. Okay, change legs, final stretch. Okay, just while we're finishing off, thank you for participating. Nowhere near as good as our normal sessions, we know that, but needs must. Just two things to say in terms of well done as usual, particularly in this circumstance, and special thank you to my wife Adele for doing the filming, editing and making this a much better routine to watch rather than just me standing here in front of a camera. Okay, so thank you, well done, relax of course, and have a drink, and hopefully see you sometime in the future. Bye.